What's up, guys? Hopefully all of you are doing well. Today I'm going to show you the best and easiest macaroni and cheese you're ever going to make in a crock pot. That's right, my Crock Pot 5 cheese macaroni and cheese. And this one has no eggs and no Velveeta. So let's get started. Here are the cheeses that we're going to be using in this recipe. We have some Monterey Jack, Colby cheese, we also have some mozzarella, and we have some sharp cheddar cheese. I pre-grated all of my cheeses for this recipe using the grate attachment on my food processor. I encourage you to do the same, or you can even do it by hand. I don't encourage you to use the pre-grated cheese in the bag because the preservative on there is going to give you a very gritty tasting macaroni and cheese. Into the crock pot, we're going to go ahead and pour our half and half in our whole milk. We're going to go ahead and add about 1/4 cup of diced onion. And then I'm going to add our 5th cheese, which is actually some cream cheese that I've allowed to come to room temperature. Right now the crock pot is already on. I have it on low because I want these particular dairy products to start to warm up just a little while we boil our pasta. Lastly, I'm just going to add my seasoning, which is a mixture of kosher salt, black pepper, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and some Grand Diamond all-purpose seasoning, and some melted butter. For the exact measurements to this recipe, check the description below for gdseasoning.com. I will have the recipe link there right below. Now that that's done, let's go ahead and boil our pasta. The water has already come up to a boil. I've put a little bit of salt in it, maybe about 1/4 cup. And then I'm just going to drop our pasta right into it. And we're going to let it boil for only 4 minutes. This is just a partial cook. We're going to give it a nice drain. Do not rinse this pasta. Don't ever rinse pasta unless you're really guided to by the recipe writer. But do not rinse the pasta. Just drain it and then add it straight to the crock pot. Now all you have to do is give the pasta a nice zhuzh down there in that half and half in milk and seasonings. Give it a taste too, just to make sure the seasonings are correct, but don't go too heavy on the salt because remember sodium is also in cheese. So just adjust it slightly if you have to. Now I'm just going to add all of the cheese except for about 1.5 cups of the cheddar because that's what we're going to use to put on top. So just add that in. Don't that look good? Dangerous but good, right? Okay, so now all we have to do is top the macaroni and cheese with the last 1.5 cups of the sharp cheddar. And that's it. We're going to put the lid on it and let it cook on low for 2.5 hours. And that last half hour is going to be a vented method. So I'll show you what that looks like. In the meantime, I had 2 crock pots going actually. This one I wanted to show you that you can add some protein and veggies. This is jalapeno and bacon. You can add protein and veggies to the mac and cheese and make it into a main course. You can add some rotisserie chicken, some pre-cooked grilled chicken, and broccoli. Your choice. Here's what you would do if you're going to make the macaroni and cheese ahead of time and for travel. Go ahead and take the insert out of the heating element. Make the macaroni and cheese as normal. Put the lid on it. Place it in the refrigerator, and then once you get to where you're going, place the insert right into the heating element and cook it as usual. So here's what I meant when I mentioned earlier that we're going to vent the macaroni and cheese. That just simply means we're just going to give the lid a turn. We're going to let some of that moisture just kind of evaporate out for the last 30 minutes. You're still going to have a super moist and creamy mac and cheese, as you can see. It's absolutely delicious, and we're going to hit all points. And it seems to me that the points are as follows. Number 1, we didn't have to dirty up a whole lot of dishes except the crock pot and the pot we boiled the pasta in. 2, we got a recipe that's really simple and easy and you can't beat it with a stick. 3, we didn't have to use eggs. 4, we didn't have to use Velveeta. And 5, we got a recipe that can feed at least 12 people from a crock pot. How about that? You know you can't beat that. I'm going to need you guys to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know I appreciate it when you come cook with me and hang out. Don't forget this recipe and others can be found at gdseasoning.com. And I'll see you guys next time.